Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's BBO Weekly Free Instant Tournament to see what lessons we can learn about playing a bridge hand. Well, we'll start off with first hand. This is 17 points. Although lots of the points are in the black suits, we've got these two weak doubletons. It's becoming, when you were taught with beginners, you're taught not to open one no trump with two doubletons. But increasingly, 5-4-2-2 is being dealt with as a balanced shape. This isn't very balanced, really. And if you were playing with human beings, you open a spade and then bid a club. But the robot is so much better at dealing with no trump openings that I'm actually going to open this one no trump. Some people would say it was too strong because this 5-card suit is too good. But I'm going to try this and see what happens. First out, I'm going to get red suit lead, presumably. Right. Yep, so this is not going to turn out well. Because spades would be a much better contract. So if I'd opened one spade, we'd probably be playing there. So we're going to do have some entries. We're going to make a diamond trick. Do have at least one spade entry to dummy. I can keep this 4 of spades to play to the 9 once the jack's gone to get to dummy, and maybe take a club finesse or two. It may even be that the king of diamonds becomes an entry to dummy. So I'm going to play the 10 of diamonds and see what happens. I thought that might happen. The jack appears. Right. Okay, so I made that diamond. We're going to try taking some spades. As we started with 9 spades, so they started with 4. West had 1, so East had 3. So the jack's going to drop onto this one. So I've taken my 4 tricks. Desperately want to get a positive score here in the hope that some people get too high in spades. So I could go 5, 6, 7, and then I'd have a positive score. But I've got diamonds and clubs discarded here. I suspect I'm not going to take the club finesse, but I'm going to cross to the 9 of spades. It's a second club discard from this hand. But now a heart from this hand. I think I'm going to lead the 10 of clubs and see if anything interesting happens. So, seems as though East is short in clubs. West have 4 to the king and come down to King X. We started with 7 clubs. They started with 6, and we've seen 2 discards from this hand. They'd kept more if they had the king. They won't have come down to singleton king. The robot never does that. It always keeps its kings guarded. So the advantage is if the queen of clubs holds, then I'll make at least 8 tricks and possibly 9 or 10. If it loses, I may not make another trick. So am I going to settle for 7 tricks by going up with the ace, cashing the 10 of spades, which gives me a plus score? People in spades are losing a diamond, two hearts, and they can afford to take the club finesse. So they'll losing one diamond, two hearts. They can afford to take the club finesse. And whether it works or not, you can eventually ruff a club in dummy for one extra trick. And most people are playing in spades, and they are going to make, I'll make that one diamond and six spades. So they're always making at least 8 tricks. So I think I have to go for 8 plus tricks in no trumps. There won't be much difference between being just making the contract and being 1 or 2 down. So I'm going to finesse. Well, that was nice of them not to play hearts. And the clubs are now good from the top, and the 10 of spades is good. So I can claim the remaining 3 tricks, making +2 for 150 for 100%. Well, I got lucky. In general, they played in spades, and as I thought, almost everybody in spades is making 140. So there was no point in me settling for making +90, as that person did in one no trump. That would have been 14%. And if you go 2 down, 0. So by taking the club finesse, I was risking 14% to gain quite a lot. So that's one of the calculations that you need to do at pairs at bridge. Is if you're not in the obvious contract, if you can see that everybody else will be in a different contract, you need to work out how many tricks they're going to make in that contract in order to decide how many tricks you need to make in your contract. So if you're in a good contract, it may be that you want to play ultra safe and not take any risks. And if you're in a bad contract, you need to take lots of risks to catch up. Hugh Kelsey wrote a very good book called Match Point Bridge, which deals with all these situations. Of course, most of the time you're in the same contract as everybody else, and you just have to play sensibly. But this book is full of examples of where you're in the wrong contract or the super right contract, and you have to play differently. That was an example of that. So we got lucky because the robots never switched to hearts to get their tricks there. Anyway, here's another 5-4-2-2 15-point hand. Nines, tens, and jacks. Yeah, I think I'm going to try one no trump again. But 2 clubs, Stayman. So we'll tell them we got some hearts, and they bid 3 no trumps. Interesting just to note that if the robot bids Stayman 2 clubs and then bids 2 no trumps, it isn't guaranteeing a 4-card major. It's the only way it can offer. It can raise 1 no trump to 2 no trumps, because 1 no trump, 2 no trumps, it plays as something entirely different. But when it goes this sequence where they bid 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 no trumps, the robot has promised 4 spades. When it's got enough to bid 3 no trumps, if it goes via Stayman, it has a 4-card major. So we're going to pass and see if we get a diamond lead. No. So there we are. The robot's got 4 spades. Clubs, we've got a diamond stop. The club position is such that sometimes you can have no club losers. You can lead the Queen of Clubs, King, Ace, and then the 10 of Clubs falls of the second round and come to the 9. That's going to happen a fair percentage of the time, but actually, I don't really want to block the spades. There are not a lot of entries to dummy, so I'm going to give up on the chances of not losing a club by winning this in my hand. And I'm slightly short of entries now to this hand. So I'm not going to play absolutely the best play in the club suit. Play ace. Well, if assuming you're not taking the best, is to play the ace of clubs first in case there's a singleton king. But that's unlikely. So I'm just trying to keep the entry situation fluid by playing this club now. Jack of Hearts, so I'm going to play the Queen, and that was very nice. So now I'm in quite a good situation. I've only lost one trick. The clubs, I've probably got 3 clubs, 3 spades, and the ace of hearts to come for 9 tricks. So I'm looking for what I need to do to get some more tricks. And probably the best chance of 10 tricks is just to play on diamonds. I think the Jack and Queen of Hearts have gone. I've got the 10 of Hearts there. And the 8 and 9 are missing. So it may be that if they switch their attack to hearts, I'll have to cut and run. But I am going to try and set up a diamond trick for the 10th trick. They are still playing hearts and king. Right. Now, if I take the ace of hearts, they've got 2 heart winners, so I can't afford to give up the club. I'd have to run. So I'm going to duck this heart. They could cash a diamond, but if they don't, there's a chance that my hearts will all be good. So I'm going to do that. Here's the 9 of hearts. They're probably not all going to be good. They are. Remember, I had 2 hearts in dummy and 5 in my hand, which is 7. They had 6, and they both followed to 3 rounds of hearts. So now I can happily throw a diamond away. I will actually be able to throw the other diamond and a club away on the hearts. And the ace and jack of clubs are definitely good, even though there could be 3 to 10 in one of their hands. But I'm now making the rest of the tricks. So I'm going to claim. And 630, it's another 100%. That's good. But well, people got to 3 no trumps, but didn't make the over trick. So the robot could have stopped the over trick. They did have a diamond to cash, but they didn't do so. So the robots have been generous to me so far. Right, another 15 count, and really you have to open this hand. 1 no trump in the robot system with a 5-card major. Because you open 1 spade and they bid a forcing 1 no trump, you're a bit stuffed. So robot opens this 1 no trump. 2 clubs, Stayman again. So we'll say 2 spades. Now the robot bids 2 no trumps. So invite to 3 no trumps may not have a 4-card major. So they don't have 4 spades and they may not have 4 hearts. And they have 9 points. So they're inviting game. We've only got 15. So we're not going to go to game. If we were, we'd have the opportunity here to bid 3 spades to show that we had 5 spades and let them choose between 3 no trumps and 4 spades. As it is, there's a reasonable chance we may make game opposite the right 9 points. Or we may make, we might have made game in spades, but there's too much chance that we'd go down. So we'll try and make 8 tricks in no trumps. 3 spades here should be forcing, asking partner to, let's just see what it says. Well, it doesn't say it's forcing, which I'm surprised at because I think it ought to be forcing. I'm going to pass. And we'll see what happens. Jack of Hearts lead. Right. Well, that's quite good. It's given us an extra heart trick. We've got 2 diamond tricks, club trick. That's 2, 4, 5, and we can make 4 spade tricks. So we are going to make game now on this lead. Wouldn't have been so happy with a club lead. There are some chances of some over tricks here. I may as well duck this heart. They might switch to clubs, but right. Okay. So now we know they followed to all those hearts, 3 rounds of hearts. So there's only 1 heart outstanding. We've got 2 tricks. The 4 spades are all good. Remember, the jack and the ace are gone. So that's 6. Ace king of diamonds is 8, and the ace of clubs is 9. So, but we do have an extra chance, which is to make some long club tricks. So I'm in my hand. The worst that can happen here is I play the 2 of diamonds, finesse the 10, and this hand has that cash, wins a diamond, cashes a heart, and then I'm just making my 9 tricks. But that doesn't happen. The jacks appeared. Take the king. Maybe the queen is here as well. Let's come back to my hand and play diamonds again. Maybe they turn out. That turns out to have been a singleton. You've still got the ace of clubs as entry to my hand. It's interesting. This hand turned out only to have 1 spade. So we'll try a diamond again. And that's the queen. Excellent. So now we win the ace of diamonds. 10 and 9 of diamonds are good. And in fact, the 4 of diamonds will be as well. And we can throw away our losing club. So we make the rest of the tricks 2 over tricks. So we may as well claim. Only 57% because I didn't bid the game. And lots of people presumably did. 3 no trumps plus 2. Yeah, made the same number of tricks as me. Anybody who bid 3 no trumps did well. The people who played in spades went down. You notice the spades break very badly. So, right, the motto of that is the robot doesn't defend very well. So you can play some, as you discovered on the first 2 boards where we benefited from it, but if they'd attacked clubs, we would not have been in nearly as good a position. So another big hand. We always get the best hand, remember, in these tournaments. 12, 16. Right, this is enough for a reverse, where you open a lower ranking suit and then bid a higher ranking suit at the next level up. So that to go back to the first suit, you'd have to go to the 3 level. That promises 16 plus points and the first suit longer than the second suit. So I'm going to open one heart. The partner said one spade. Well, pretty much any 4 spades that partner has, and 6 points is going to be good for game. I think we need to be looking for a slam. Let me just see what 4 diamonds here would mean. Well, it says it means 19 to 22 total points. And it adds on points for a singleton. Well, I think I'm going to lie and bid 4 diamonds here. I'm a point short, aren't I? That's 8, 11, 16 and 2 is 8. 2 for the singleton, I think it is 18. I think you add on something for the 5th card in hearts as well. So I'm going to bid 4 diamonds. 4 no trumps. We're playing in spades. This is Roman key card Blackwood. So I've got 2 key cards, but I don't have the Queen of Spades. So the key cards are the 4 aces and the King of Trumps. So I'm just going to bid 5 hearts here, and that probably won't be enough for the robot. I'll probably settle for 5 spades. Yeah. But the robot's got the Queen of Hearts, which is an excellent card. So we'll let that run. The odds are that we've got a spade loser to go with our club loser. It's the 10, so we're still missing the jack. So we should be able to rough some hearts good. We just need to be careful here that we can only pick up, just worry about 4-0 breaks. If East has Queen, Jack, 9, 7 of spades, there's not a lot we can do about it. But if West has the King 10 there, we can hold them to 1 trick rather than 2. So the best thing to do is to play a spade to the ace first. All right, and then a spade towards the king. So they've got a spade winner, but we're not in a hurry to let them have it. Really, do I want to play? I want to try and set up hearts and see what I can do. So they're not trumping the heart. They're throwing a club away. So that was a singleton heart that was led there. Remember, we had 5 hearts. Dummy had 2, that's 7. 1 there, that's 8. So there are 5 over here. So we're not going to be able to set up our hearts for discards. So our difficulty, what we want to do here is we want to try and throw, we've got King, Queen of clubs to take care of the 2 clubs. So we just have 1 club loser. We've got a spade loser. We don't want any more losers. What we really want to be able to do is to throw a diamond on the King of Hearts and to rough those other 2 diamonds in this hand without letting East draw one of these trumps. Remember, East's got a big trump. So the difficulty is who has the ace of clubs. If East has the ace of clubs and we let East win the ace of clubs, they'll play their winning spade and we won't be able to rough our other diamond. On the other hand, if they've gone up with the ace of clubs in front of the King, Queen of clubs, we will be able to throw a diamond on the King of clubs as well as the King of hearts. So we'll only need 1 diamond. And if West wins the club, they won't be able to draw a trump, and so we will still be able to ruff 2 diamonds and dummy. So that looks like the sensible thing to do, and we can play the king of hearts, throwing a diamond from dummy. It doesn't matter if East ruffs, because then they won't be able to draw another trump and we'll be able to ruff 2 diamonds. So that's what we're going to do. I think, do we need to do it yet? No, we can, because getting the diamond ruffs is what matters. We can play the 6 of diamonds to the ace and the 9 of diamonds and ruff. Now we'll play the king of hearts, discarding diamond. Now we'll get back to our hand by ruffing a hearts. We don't mind if we're over ruffed because they can't draw the trump. So here comes the club, which we expect to the ace. So we would have been all right. That hand couldn't draw trumps. That to that. Win the queen of clubs. And now we can cross ruff the last 3 tricks. We can do 2 ruffs in that hand, 1 ruff in this hand. So we can claim making the contract. 64%, so it's pretty much par for the course. Most people in 4 spades +1, but we were adventurous, looked for a slam. Encouraged the robot to look for a slam, but we stopped in time. So on to board 5, still at 80%, thanks to the first couple of boards where we got a bit lucky. And another 5-4-2-2 16-point hand. And here with the 2 majors, I'm even more think that 1 no trump is the thing you want to do with the robot. 2 hearts is transfer to spades, so we'll do 2 spades, and the robot normally passes that out. No, they're making an invitation now. We've got 5 spades and 9 high card points. Well, the interesting thing is that East didn't double 2 hearts to get a heart lead. If they'd done that, I think I would have played in spades. But we might still get a heart lead and they might take the first 5 tricks. But they may have some filling in the minor suits. Or the spades may be running. So I'm going to try 3 no trumps here with my 25 points. And we get a club lead. Excellent. Thank you, the robots. That may be excellent, but the rest of it isn't. We don't have a heart stop. So we're hoping we're going to make 4 club tricks now. Robot doesn't normally lead 4th highest, so it may well be a singleton. Or a doubleton. The ace of diamonds. Well, if they get in and cash hearts, we're finished. So let's just try and see what the club situation is. Was 4th highest, so we only have 3 club tricks unless we can force them to need clubs. So we've got a couple of alternatives. Sadly, we told this robot not to lead clubs anymore, so they probably will switch to hearts. We've got 2 tricks so far. We've got another one in clubs, another one in diamond. That makes 4. We could try and take 5 spades by throwing ace of spades and finessing the jack. And if the queen of spades is on side and spades are 3-3, that would come home. We look at the other way. We've got a club. We've got 2 tricks. A club is 3. 2 spades is 5. If we make 4 diamond tricks, that would be enough to make 9. and we play the ace of diamonds and lead a diamond, and if either the king or jack appears from east, we'll be sure of our 4 diamond tricks, but they then might take 5 heart tricks to go with their diamond trick. So that's the decision to make. I think I'm probably going to play for a missed defense by the robots. They can't really see that I have Queen Doubleton in hearts, so I'm going to try and just get my tricks in diamonds. Oh, there is the heart switch. So we will be going down if they play another round of hearts. Unless they're blocked. Which it doesn't seem that they are. Oh, they are. Spade. 10 of diamonds, and I'm all good and I can claim. Well, there we go. The hearts were blocked. And the spades were 3-3, but the queen was offside. So that was another lucky 100%. Helps keep us in first place. Now we've got a flattish 18 count with a couple of 10s, Queen Jack Doubleton of spades. It probably is too strong to open one no trump. See, the Queen Jack Doubleton makes it a bit weaker, but the 10s make it a bit stronger. Robot is playing 5-card majors, so we have to open our better minor. 1 diamond on our left, 1 spade from partner. 2 diamonds here. Now, what does 2 no trumps from me mean? 2 no trumps here would say, it says it's a jump in no trumps, it isn't, but is showing 18 to 19 high card points and a stop in diamonds, which is what I have. So new minor forcing. So partner has 5 plus spades and 7 plus total points. So it's forcing to gain. What I can do here is bid 3 hearts because the robot hasn't, my partner robot hasn't denied 4 hearts by that bid. So I'm going to, and I'm showing exactly 2 spades. So the robot doesn't have 6 spades, otherwise they could have gone on, they'd have gone on to 4 spades. They don't have 4 hearts. So that's looks as though we've got to settle for 3M being the right place to be. We could play in the 5-2 club fit. How many points has partner promised here? 7 to 14. Danger is that we only have 1 diamond stop, and that's going to get knocked out to start with. They're going to lead diamonds. Partner doesn't have more than 2 diamonds. That's 5. So this is 3. So partner may have no diamonds, although we'd expect them to bid a bit more if they had 10 diamonds between them. They have 8 or 9 between them, so partner has 1 or 2 diamonds. So it looks like we only have 1 diamond stop. But partner has 5 spades. Doesn't have 4 hearts. They have exactly 5 spades. If we could be sure they had the ace king of spades, then that's best. But the odds are they don't have, they only have 1 of those cards, and that their other points are in clubs or hearts. and therefore we won't have 9 tricks off the top, which is what we need, barring a robot missed defense again, if we bid 3 no trumps. And I got all these my suits are headed by aces, which are, you know, that points to a suit contract really. My Doubleton spade is Queen Jack, which is useful in filling in my partner's suit, even if I have to, you know, partner will be the one roughing diamonds with low spades. So I think here 4 spades is a better contract. Certainly if I were playing teams, I'd be bidding 4 spades. I think it's the safer contract. It's possible that we'll only make exactly the same number of tricks in spades as in no trumps. But there's a real risk that they can take 5 tricks against no trumps, while we can still make 10 in spades. So I'm going to bid 4 spades here. But we'll see whether that was right or not. There we are. We do only have the 1 stop. The partner doesn't have ace king of spades. In fact, they only have 5 points, and they said they would have more. So we're in quite a lot of trouble here. We've got a diamond loser. There's a heart loser there, and a club loser. We've got to try and not have a heart loser, which if we can set up a long club here will be all right. That's the difficulty. We're missing the 9 of clubs. Otherwise, we could easily take 2 finesses in clubs. We probably need the east hand to have the 9 of clubs and the club honor to be able to set up the clubs. Ideally, we want the spade finesse to be right so that we don't lose that. So we're going to win the ace of diamonds. No point in winning it straight away. We can't get rid of the diamond loser, so we're not going to rough anything in this hand, which is the dummy. So remember, right? So we're in this hand now. We're going to have to take 2 club finesses at least, and we don't have many entries to that hand, so I'm going to take 1 club finesse now. Robot's played the king. If robot had king and queen, it would have played the queen. They always do that. So we've got to play the east robot for the 9 of clubs to try and set up a long club to eventually throw a heart away. So or another round of trumps. Follow. Yeah, they do. There's no quick entry back to the north hand, so may as well exit with the diamond. We can rough this one. We know we're not going to overruff, because we know this hand promised 3 diamonds. Right. Here we go. We've only lost 1 trick so far, so that's good. To set up the clubs in dummy and draw the last trump. Remember, we know that the queen of clubs is here, and we've only got 1 more trump to trump a diamond with. So we're going to hope that the 9 of clubs is here in the east hand, so we can set up a long club to throw a heart away. Could even be that we can lose 2 club tricks, but they will be cashing some diamonds. No. Here comes the diamond. Which we got to rough. There's no way out of this. Because this hand's got the Queen of Clubs and the diamond to cash. And then they'll have two hearts and they'll have to give the heart lead to this hand. This hand's thrown a heart, but they still have another one. Not much to do. We're going to just take our two heart winners. And in fact, they're Queen Seven of Hearts. Queen Seven of Clubs, rather. There we are, one off, 46%. So I suspect a lot of people one off in three no trump, several more off. People stopped in two spades. 46% is enough to keep us still in first place. And as you can see, no trumps was a lot more off. Spades have a much better chance. Just needed the nine of clubs right. Right, another 16 counts. This time it's 6-3-2-2. Well, opening one no trump has served me reasonably well so far. Yeah, the system bid on this is one diamond, but I'm going to try one no trump. They normally lead a major suit. What's this two? Well, is it fourth highest? Or is it led from a short suit? I want to try and set up my diamonds. We've got 8 card fit. I really want to lead them from dummy. But if I go up with a jack of spades and the king is in the east hand, I'll have given up a trick. If I play low, then I'm sure of 3 spade tricks. Still got an entry to my hand in hearts, maybe 2 of them if we take a finesse. I really want to lead the diamonds from dummy. I want to just look. Can I lead diamonds twice from dummy, I suppose is the question. I don't have a second entry. And so I'm going to start with the top diamond from my hand. Really setting up the diamonds is the real source of tricks, even if I have to give up 2 tricks on the way. So I want to play the queen in the hope that they duck the ace from ace X. No. Let's get the ace out of the way. So it would have been good to lead from the, well, thank you very much, Mr. Robot. My diamonds are all good now, having hid them. Question is, should I risk the heart finesse? If I do nothing, if I just run the diamonds, yes. So my jack of spades is the only certain entry to dummy. And the 10 of spades may appear under the queen and jack, in which case the 8 will be the trick the 4th round. I have to find 4 discards from dummy on the diamonds. 2 hearts and 2 clubs. Another alternative, instead of cashing the diamonds, Queen of spades, 9 of spades to the jack, 8 of spades if it's good. If not, take the heart finesse. Danger then is that they come back with the club through the king jack and the ace queen are sat over here. So all in all, I think the best line on the head of the game is 2 of clubs from there. Throw the queen of hearts away so I can take a finesse without it being blocked. If I left the queen of hearts there and I led the queen, this hand had the king and didn't cover it, I'd be cut off from my hand subsequently. They've both thrown hearts this time. Right, well now I'm going to throw clubs. I've thrown the 10 of spades, so that's good news. All my spades will be good now. It's not clear from their discards who has the queen of hearts and who has the ace queen of clubs, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm just going to cash my winners, I think, because I think I'm getting a better score. Well, I think the finesse is right. It wasn't, so that's good. So I could have possibly got the clubs right. 85% for 1 no trump plus 3. I was hoping for more than that. Some people made 1 no trump plus 4. Well, that is good to do that, but you do see that playing in 1 no trump worked out better. So it's pairs, and just no trumps just goes so much better than a minor suit. Right, 1 heart, 1 spade. We've got 5 clubs, 5 hearts, but we know 5 hearts, there are 5 hearts sat over us. Well, if the opponents win the contract, we want partner to lead clubs, so there's no harm in sticking in a 2 club bid here. See, we've got 12 points, so nobody else has got more than 12 points. So they're going to set, aren't they going back to 2 hearts? Well, I think I will leave well alone. Partner's probably voiding hearts. Maybe partner will turn up with a 3 club bid after this. No, they decided against it. But they are going to lead some clubs now. Right. So partner may have 1 heart. Remember, the robot plays 5 card majors, so West has shown at least 5 hearts, maybe 6. I got King Jack 10 sat over it. Partner robot led the 7 of clubs. 4s appeared there, so 3 and 5 are missing below it. So I'm inclined to think that there's another club in the robot's hand, and I don't want to set those 2 clubs up for discards. The robot bid 2 diamonds, second suit. I don't want to rough diamonds. I've got natural trump tricks. Nobody bid spades. I'm going to lead the jack of spades, try and set up a spade trick for partner. Oh, well, we've set up that spade trick ourselves. Oh, I suspect what's happened here is that declarer has queen and another spade, or 7 and 8 of. If I had 2, well, maybe declarer's got 3. Maybe we can set up a spade trick for partner by leading them again. I'm going to rough this. We're going to have to play a club now, which may as well be the ace. Right, so partner has one trump. We may as well see if we can give them a chance to make it. There they are. Right, normally you don't over rough with a winning trump, but here we will, and now we're going to draw trumps. We don't want them roughing. Draw the 10 of hearts. Play a club, which they rough. They've got one more trick. So we made 2 hearts. 150, 89.3%. So we ended up above 80%, which was well good enough for first place. We got lucky with the robot's missed defense on some hands. And we would have been nice, should just have been more aggressive on board 3 and bid game, because the robots do miss defend, and we would have got a very good score, and we'd have been well up in the 80s there. I hope you particularly pay attention to that logic on board 6, where despite the fact it was only a 5-2 fit, we were able to work out from the bidding that that 4 spades had more of a chance than 3 no trumps. So 4 spades was 1 off, 3 no trumps was 2 or 3 off. So as it happens, but there've been lots of times when 4 spades would have been making and 3 no trumps would have been 1 off. So the logic there, I think, was probably the biggest lesson from today. But all in all, proof is that 3 no trumps is a very difficult contract to defend. Lots more, it's said that more 3 no trump contracts are made that shouldn't have than any other contract. So obviously it's quite a popular contract, gets played a lot, but that's something to bear in mind. Right, I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please like the video, and I'll see you next week. Oh, just to remind you that this is number 58, I think. Number 60 is going to be a special live edition, which members of Thanet and Broadstairs Bridge Club will actually be able to join in and ask questions. And then everybody else will be able to see it in the normal way. So look out for that. Look out for the details when you get your email. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next week. Thank you.